Well, here we are, halfway through May, almost. It's close enough. Deep into the heart of May. Not really sure how we got there so fast, but here we are. Hi friends, my name is Kay, and this is my Cave of Possibilities. I have yarny nitty goodness back here to the left of me, wonderful cross-stitch stuff over there to the right of me, and here we are, Princess and I, stuck here in the middle with you. Chris Rose wanted to see what my cross-stitch stuff looks like, so here's a picture. It's a mess, as most things sort of devolve into chaos around me. It's just kind of the way it is. So there's my cross-stitching mess thing. Are you happy to see us? She is purring. That means she is very happy to see you. And she is making sure that my cross-stitch stand knows exactly who it belongs to. I guess we'll start in the traditional fashion with finishes. I just have one, and this has been my at-work project. And so this is Be Still. It is by Primrose Cottage. And I stitched it with the called for floss, and then the fabric that I used is a 32 count linen from number 12 Stitch Co, and it is toasted mallow, and it is just a nice warm neutral linen. This came out really quite nice. I have been using it as my at lunch work stitch, just something to work on a little bit to keep me just a touch busy. So I think it turned out quite nice. I'm looking forward very much to the next release in their Words of Worship series, which should actually be coming out on Thursday, May 14th. So just in another couple of days. I forget what it says, but it was purple. And I've been enjoying the whole series, so I don't expect that will change with this release at all. So looking forward to that. I have been stitching away for the Northern Utah Twisted Stitchers, us Nuts Whip Mania Challenge. And one of the projects that I have been working on is the Colors of Water. It's a German pattern. Here's the name of it in German and the designer in German, and I don't speak a lick of German, so I'm sorry, but I'm not really going to try to pronounce it. And here is sort of a color copy of what it will eventually look like. I'm over 50% of the way done working through it. And let's see, how does this make sense? Because I'm having a hard time visualizing all of a sudden. We'll just scoot it up. Okay, as per usual, this arrow indicates the top of the pattern and the way that it should be stitched. I am ghost stitching this for my friend Robin, who passed away back in February, but her top stitch goes the opposite way of my top stitch. So I have rotated it 90 degrees so that if I stitch the way I normally stitch, then our top stitches are going in the same direction. I think last week I may have misspoke and said 180. Nope, 90 degrees. 180 degrees just flips it upside down, and then your top stitch is going the same way as your top stitch. That probably didn't make any sense. Anyway, I finished off the fill-in. I think I had finished this one. I have finished all the fill-in for this block right here, along with the leaf. I brought the leaf down until I could end my thread, and then I just dropped straight down, and I'm working on this block here. The floss that I'm working with is a light gray, and it just wants to blend into the even weave right there. I'm kind of enjoying this. This is definitely a process stitch for me. I just like doing little tiny X's. I am This is being stitched on a 36 count even weave. It is white with the called for flosses. Robin bought all the called for flosses, packed them in the thing when she gave it to me. So here is this really lovely pattern. I have to admit that I am enjoying stitching on it very much. Move that over here so her kittiness cannot destroy it. If given the chance, she hasn't. She's been very good about leaving all the fun stuff alone. Okay, the next thing that I have been working on for our Whip Mania challenge has been Pansy Garden. This is by Samplers Not Forgotten, and it was released with Nashville Market just this last spring. Have any of you run across another Flosstuber who is working on this pattern? The people that I watch regularly, none of them are, but I think I'm the only crazy pansy person. I know of another couple ladies who really enjoy pansies, but I'm the crazy one. So anyway, this is what this is supposed to look like. But if any of you happen to stumble across somebody else who is stitching this, would you let me know so I can go watch them and cheer them on in their progress as well? I just want to see somebody else who's working on the same thing as I am. Alright, let's put this on the board. Are you being all purry? I have worked quite a bit on this, and it's going to be floppy, and I'm going to be sad that I didn't go get my Wonder Clips to help hold everything together. I think since the last time you saw it, I have put progress in on these two. This is so helpful. I'm going to tuck it in the back. Alright, I've worked on these couple pansies here. The goal was to finish off this pansy, so that would give me a good reference for the blue line right here across. This is my first of the borders, and then I really want to get to a good point to cut off the rest of this, and so I brought down the center. It's almost in the fold. There is a center border that comes all the way down almost to the bottom, and this is the beginning spot of the bottom border. But then I ran into a problem. If I measure 4 inches from here, you know, it's hard to get to the edge to pull a thread so I know where to cut. So back to the top I went, and I have extended this border down some. And then for the whip challenge, I have been working on stitching the words here, the 1/1 part of the little verse that is in this thing. And I really am enjoying this more than anything else. I'm stitching it 2/1 with the called for silks on a 36 count linen. This is Wisteria, and it is by Red Thicket Fabrics. So here is her card. And then turn it over. You can see the thing. And so it is just a soft, it's a kind of a pinky purple, and it is, I think it's really beautiful, and I am enjoying that one so much. I think if I wasn't doing the challenge for the Whip Mania with the my little stitchy group, I would probably be focused on this one. So maybe as soon as May is over, I'll just start doing that one and nothing else. Goodness. Put that away. The last project that I have been working on for our Whip Mania is Inspiration. Here, this is a classic by Rosewood Manor, and I have been working on it since Forever and a Day. And let's see if it's see-through, if I need to put the board behind it. I put it in a bigger hoop than what you guys saw last time, just so it would be easier to, 1, show, and 2, stitch on and manage. I am stitching it on 28 count because there's some over 1 little people here and some over 1 that goes down in the corners down here. And so this is sort of right about here is 1 page, And then here is the second page, another page, and then the last bit of pages is from the border out, and it's all flowers. So I have put in all of these flowers down here. I filled in this border, brought this border down. I don't have anything to tie off these strings, so I haven't done that yet. Tie off the flosses. The house, the bark, this tree. These are packages or something that is on a horse wagon. And so I've put in a lot of work on this. This is going to be my Saturday Sunday stitch until it is complete. It's taking the spot where Lady of the Flag was. She was my Saturday Sunday stitch. And so I have to do the called for colors on this one just because I think everything is so matchy, blendy. It goes, and I'm not smart enough to go ahead and do a color conversion on this anyway. So next I think I'm going to work on finishing what's inside the medallion and then do the horn and the flowers kind of here in this area. So 1, 2, those are my next plans. For next, it might take 2 days, it might take a whole month. I don't know. So this is the next little bit that I have been working on, and I have been enjoying that a heck of a lot. Let's see. Figure out how to put this down on the stack without stretching out the what's-its too much. Knitting. I have worked a little bit on the Casa Pinka. I have to turn it over. Colossal Fluff Up. Little shawl. Got some good stitching on this, you guys. And here we are. Whoops, let's untwist the yarns because it's going every which way. Every which way. So the last time you saw it, I was down here where our little purple dinosaur marker is. And from there on up, that is what I have stitched. And then one day I was measuring how much I had stitched for a challenge, and so I put this second little marker in, stitched from there up to here. So I need to move both of those markers, well, at least the dinosaur for sure, because that's the last thing you guys saw. So we'll move Mr. Dino Friend up, tuck him in. I think I'm going to take this on the cruise. I have another, I'm going to take the new, not the new Long Dog Sampler, but the freebie, the Wishful Thinking. Take that with me on the cruise since it's so simple. It's monochromatic, fill it in, back and forth, easy peasy. And then this is a really easy pattern. Once I've gotten used to it, it took me a couple repeats to catch on to the pattern, to figure out, oh, when you do this, the next row is going to be that, then we do this, then that, to really figure that out and see how it was going to go in my mind. That's pretty much everything I have been working on. This is going to be probably pretty short, In the mail today, I got my Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month. I am in the soft neutrals, and this is Faline, and it is a lovely, soft, whoa, it's gonna fall apart, soft brown. It gets very lovely. I'll look forward to stitching something on that. So there is that. We have been fairly busy at work, just the usual summer things. Coming up next week is going to be the high school graduations that we host for Alpine School District. We host seven high schools, I believe, are what we host. 3 on one day, they're the biggest of the high schools, and then 4 on the next day, which are the smaller high schools. And then I think they have other high schools that utilize the whatever center over at UVU, over at that university as well. So they are a big school district. They're in the process of splitting into 3 separate school districts. So it'll be interesting to see if we keep the contract for their high school graduations or if it's rebid or how they are going to want to do that. So that's coming up. I think that's everything, you guys. It has been really chill and kind of peaceful over here. So Mother's Day was nice. We had steaks. My brother and his little family came down from Salt Lake County. They came over. Like I said, we had steaks. We had funeral potatoes, which is sort of like a scalloped potato dish, but you use frozen shredded hash browns for your potatoes instead of cutting thin slices. But you know, it's a cheesy potato, delicious casserole thing. And 8 of us, we just devoured a 10 by, I think it was a 10 by 14 pan, just gone. It's one of our favorite things. We made, we call it purple jello. It is a black cherry jello with walnuts and a cream cheese sort of frosting on top. You know, something straight out of the 70s. It's one of my mother's favorite jellos. We don't eat it very often because it's kind of high in calories, high in sugar. Dad's type 2. I'm on the edge. You know, stuff like that. So we don't usually have that. And then we had carrot cake, another one of my mother's favorites. So we had a lovely, lovely meal. Leanne and I, my sister and I, we got her a card that was basically, thank you for taking all the time to raise us. I know we were a pain in the butt. And then on the inside it says, I don't think the job's over yet. So since both of us are in our 50s, we thought that was pretty funny, and Mom thought it was pretty funny too. So that's kind of how we roll. We roll with the funnies and not the sentimental stuff. And had a good time. So, yep, just plugging along, you guys. Nothing I'm too exciting. Princess is princessing about the way she always does. I think that's it. I could natter on a little bit more, but I really wouldn't be saying anything new and or worth value. So we'll just wander off into the sunset, get this uploaded and edited for you to enjoy starting Wednesday morning. I hope you guys are doing good. Remember, 1 step forward, 1 step up, just little steps at a time. Kindness costs you nothing. Hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye. Thank you.